Team won 15 games back in 2020, the worst record in the NBA. In 2 short years, they completely turned it around and refound that dominant form. They took down every team on their path to a Larry O'Brien trophy. So let's see how they did it. Game 6 in Boston in front of that wild crowd, cheering against this Warriors team that are 0-3 in road clinching games this postseason. Celtics 3-0 when facing elimination. Big reason why, that guy right there, Jason Tatum. There he goes, setting the tone. No one more fired up than his son Deuce behind him. Celtics lead by 10 early. Later in the first, Warriors down 6, Gary Payton the second. His 3, no good. Grabs the rebound, gets the layup, and the Warriors cut it to a 4-point game. End of the first, same score. Steph to Draymond. Draymond feeling it. That's his first made 3 of the finals after he missed 12 straight. Resilience. Curry this time, all he does is hit threes, cooking, and it's just beginning. He had just missed 10 straight threes. That streak over. Warriors take a 2-point lead. Jordan Poole, splash. He's just getting started. The Warriors end the quarter on an 11-0 run. Up 5 after 1. Jordan Poole, there he goes. A 14-0 run. 20 seconds later, Andrew Wiggins getting wiggy with it. Warriors on a 16-0 run. Celtics are like, what is going on? We need a timeout. All right, take a breather. Let's go. Poole pulling up. It doesn't go. Draymond there. Kicks it back out to him. Poole again. The breakout season for the young gun. And, man, a 19-0 run. How do you stop this thing? Other end of the floor here. Jaylen Brown's like, what is going on? He loses the ball. Wiggins throwing it down. That is a 21-0 Warriors run, the longest scoring run in a finals game over the last 50 years. The Warriors are up 15. This thing's getting out of hand. Curry just dancing with it. A 16-point Warriors lead. 3 to go in the half. It's a 16-point game. Green finding Clay. So great to watch him succeed after everything he's been through injury-wise. The Warriors lead by 15 at halftime. Take a little break, take a breather. And guess who found his energy? Steph Curry again from 3. Curry stepping back, other side, a little bit deeper, drills it. Just about 6 to go in the quarter. Team's starting to feel that celebration feeling. Up 19, Curry fires. Just getting further and further away at this point. And the Warriors take their largest lead of the game. They are up 22. He's like, I'm a size 8. To whoever's making our rings, thank you very much. 3 to go in the third, 17-point game. Uh-oh, here comes Jaylen Brown. You knew they were going to put up a fight. They've done that all season long. Brown attacking, floats it up. It's good. A 12-point game, cutting that lead away. Under a minute to go in the third. Celtics down 12. Al Horford this time, fighting, willing his way to the basket. Horford with 12 points in the third. Think he wants it? 30 seconds to go in the third. Shot clock winding down. Robert Williams, the third. He had no answer for Draymond with that long shot over him. Green making it happen. The Warriors up 10 as they go into the fourth. Now it's Brown finding his way with the 3. Celtics cut it to an 8-point game. It's getting close. Wiggins from the corner answers back. They're back up 11. Under 5 to go. Same score. Thompson. All right, a little defense here. Warriors pushing it down court. Thompson to Green. The layup is good, and the Warriors lead by 13. 4:30 to go. Oh, this team fighting. Celtics working hard to get Horford the ball, and he drills it. It's a 10-point game. To the very end, these two teams will fight, but no one harder than Steph Curry. About 3 minutes to go in this one. Curry. 3 of his 34 total points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and just a beauty there to end things. Good night, everyone. I am again a champion. Steph Curry getting emotional. You would think after 4 trophies, it gets old. It doesn't. The Warriors win 103-90. They are your NBA champions as they hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy. It's a party in the locker room. Steph Curry, your first finals MVP. Man, how does it feel?
There's been a lot of talk about this. What does it mean to you to finally get this finals MVP?
It means we won. It means we took advantage of the opportunity getting back here. And I mean, I hear all the conversations, I hear all the chatter. We hear all the chatter. At the end of the day, it's about what we do on the floor. Ain't got to talk about it, just got to go do it. And this one hits different. This one hits different for sure.
To come here and get a win is awesome. I appreciate this fan base. They brought incredible energy. Got to give kudos to them. But we did what we do. Welcome back to the Warriors Invitational, baby. It's what we do.
It's crazy. I'm on cloud 109 right now, Lisa. I don't even know what to say. I'm just thankful to be here, man. This is crazy, Lisa. I can't even believe it. I knew it was a possibility to see it in real time. Holy cannoli. This is crazy.
Holy cannoli is right.
Everybody's eating cannolis in the Bay now.
I already saw that there's a T-shirt made with that on it. Hey, Steph dropped 34 times in these finals, but none more important than Game 6. This is his third 30-point game in a finals clincher in his career. Only MJ has more. Overall, Steph is averaging 32.5 points per game in a finals clincher. That's good for second most all time. Let's hear from Boston now.
It's going to hurt, and it'll hurt for a while, and probably, that stuff never goes away. I've lost one before, and so that was part of the message. Let it propel us forward. Obviously, getting to your ultimate goal and falling a few games short is going to hurt, and there are a lot of guys in there very emotional right now.
It's easy to, look back and see and say all the things you could have done better. We tried. I know that for a fact.
They won, and we lost. We did it to ourselves. For sure, we had opportunities to go up and win, and I guess we've showed, our immaturity at times, and it stings. Still a young group, still got a lot to learn. Nothing to hang our head about. Tough day for Boston. Tough day for the Celtics.
Looking at all the shit that we had to get through to get here, just to even get to this situation, to have an opportunity. So I'm proud of this team. Obviously, we didn't accomplish our goal, but a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of you guys in here counted us out early on in the season. So for us, we'll take it.
Stephen A. Smith joining us now from Boston, where the Golden State Warriors have won their 7th Larry O'Brien trophy. And I want to begin this by talking about Steph Curry, because his legend grew even greater after winning his very first Finals MVP. What did he prove in these finals, Stephen A.?
I think he cemented his legacy as one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. I think he's opened up the discussion as to whether or not he should be in the top 10, and if he's not going to be top 10 all time, who gets removed, or if he's going to be top 10 of all time, who's going to be removed from that list. And I also think that this is just the beginning of more to come. I started off the season shocking everybody, talking about how the Golden State Warriors going to win the chip. It was not a shock to me. I anticipated that Klay Thompson would be back. I know the kind of impact he could potentially have on this team. I know what the Splash Brothers means to the game of basketball. And then you saw guys like Jordan Poole and the Draymond Greens, who had a big-time game tonight along with others. You know what they're capable of. You know what the game requires today in terms of perimeter shooting, and they certainly have it in droves. Taking all of those things into consideration and looking at Steph Curry at age 34, still in better shape than practically everybody, clearly a bit more defined. He's got a little bit more buffed. His durability is unquestionable as well. I just think that you look at him right now and you say, my Lord, what is the limit? What is the finish line? Because nobody can say for sure that this is it. He's got his 4th championship. He's going for 5 next year. The Golden State Warriors right now officially should be the favorites to win the chip again next year. That's how lethal they are, and I think we can expect more of this.
Gosh, you talk about all those different pieces and then add in the fact that Steve Kerr just won his 9th NBA ring as a player and a coach. A scary sight for teams to come next season. Speaking of next season, after this sting wears off for a little bit, Boston is going to have a lot of pride, I think, in the run that they made this season and this postseason. What does the future of the Boston Celtics look like to you?
I think it looks incredibly bright. I think that you look at a guy like Jason Tatum, he's got to look in the mirror. Listen, he's 24 years of age. We all know he's a star in this league, but he did not play like one in this NBA Finals series, specifically in the fourth quarter, and definitely, especially, Thursday night for Game 6. He had 11 points with 2 minutes left in the second quarter and finished the game with 13. That's 2 points for the last 26 minutes or so. That's absolutely horrid. There's no excuse for it. So he's got to look himself in the mirror. I think he will, and I think he'll be better for it. We know what a stud Jaylen Brown is. The interesting thing about Boston is what you're going to do. What are you going to do with the reigning defensive player of the year in Marcus Smart? He's got 3 years left on his deal, but they need a point guard because they were devoid of a floor general, and you're not going to be able to get a quintessential floor general to run Ime Udoka's offense and get Tatum and Brown in the proper spot so they're not turning the ball over too much. You're not going to get that without giving up some assets. So the name Marcus Smart should come to mind because who knows what Boston may decide to do with him. Outside of that, they'll be around. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference. Milwaukee and Brooklyn obviously will have something to say about it next year, but Boston is going to be in the picture. They're not going away.
Man, I'm already excited for next season. Stephen A. Smith, the hardest working man at ESPN. It's always a pleasure. Please take a vacation or do something because you've been on TV 24/7 and we appreciate you so much.
After the draft.
Oh,
after the draft. I'll still have unfinished business.
Yeah,
then
right.
I'll take vacation.
Cool. We'll see you then.
For
Thanks so
time.
much.
All right.
Sports. Durant, third time. Kevin Durant again. This time, Steph Curry's the Finals MVP. Started off with a bang. Let's take a look back. First quarter, game 1, hit 6 3-pointers, an NBA Finals record for threes made in any quarter. That was the most threes he ever hit in a postseason quarter in his career. But despite that hot start, Celtics took game 1 from the Warriors in San Francisco. They won it 120-108. Game 2. The loss at home meant game 2 was a must-win for the Warriors, and Curry delivered. Had a game-high 29 points in that game. 14 of those points came in the pivotal third quarter, one in which the Warriors outscored the Celtics by 21 points. That helped the Warriors bounce back in game 2. They won it 107-88, tie the series at a game apiece. Game 4. His best game, with the Warriors on the road needing a win to avoid a 3-1 deficit in the series. Raucous crowd in Boston. Curry answered the call, delivered an all-time performance, scoring 43 points en route to a huge road win. He became the third oldest player with 40 or more points in a finals game. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Warriors win at 107-97 to tie the series at 2 games apiece. After winning game 5, they had an opportunity to clinch it on the road in game 6. And once again, Curry put on the show on the road. Game 5, he went 0 for 9 from 3. Game 6, team high 34 points on 6 of 11 shooting from three-point range. One of those threes, Curry pointed to his ring finger, indicating what he would soon be putting on it for the 4th time. In the end, holds up the Finals MVP trophy for the first time in his career. So, that first Finals MVP in his career makes him the second oldest player at the time of his first Finals MVP, trailing only Wilt Chamberlain. He averaged more than 30 points per game in this Finals, joining MJ and Jerry West as the only guards to do that in multiple NBA Finals.
What does just this mean to you to finally be a Finals MVP after everything?
Forget that. We champs. Why are you starting with that question? We got 4 championships. You know, like, God is great, the ability to be on the stage and play with amazing teammates against a great Boston Celtics team that, you know, gave us everything to try to get to the finish line. This one hits different for sure.
You know, without him, none of this happens, you know, and that's not taking anything away from Joe and Peter's ownership because they're amazing owners, built an incredible organization. Bob Myers, a hell of a GM, and, you know, our players. We've had so many great players, but Steph ultimately is, you know, why this run has happened.
You know, I think he solidified himself today, you know, as not even today, just his career as the best point guard of all time.
Oh, well, he's not. His legacy is not quite this unless he gets that. Like, that's garbage. still Steph Curry, still an all-time great. But to add that to your resume as a competitor, you want that, And, for him, it's well-deserved. It's been a long time in the making, but he left no...
Warriors, NBA champions once again for the fourth time with this current crew, 7-time overall as a franchise. Warriors up 3-2 in the series, heading into Game 6, went on a 21-0 run in the first half, shot 5 for 7 from 3, jump out to a big lead. Draymond Green broke his streak of 12 straight misses. Steph Curry knocking down a shot. Jordan Poole hit 3 threes on the run. Warriors finished the first half with 10 threes, led 54-39 going into the break after trailing 14-2 to start the game. Then we move on to the third quarter. Both teams have had third quarter runs in these finals. Steph Curry will continue to hit shots from deep in the third. Warriors up 13. Andrew Wiggins getting it to him. Curry 6 of 11 from 3. Warriors up 16. 2 minutes later, same margin. Curry again with a screen from Draymond Green puts the Warriors up 19. And then the dish from Green to Curry. Warriors 27 assists on their 38 buckets. Another hallmark of their game. Curry, 5th game with 5 3-pointers in the finals this season, tied for the most such games in any series in NBA history. Warriors up 10 going into the fourth, and Curry looking for a ring. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the fourth. Warriors up 8. Andrew Wiggins, 15 off the bench, key contributor in these finals. Warriors up 11, under 4 minutes to go. Curry, night, 34 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And that finals MVP trophy that had eluded him so far. Warriors win at 103-90, finished with 19 3-pointers, most in a finals clinching win.
Draymond is the guy to point to, the leader of it all. But the additions of Wiggs, Gary Payton, the return of Clay, the emergence of Loon, it all factored in.
I think Draymond's discipline, his hunger, his focus, his tenacity is a great balance to those two guys. So, it's the yin and the yang. And
whether it was Wiggs, who's around the corner, I don't know, he's chilling somewhere. There he is. That man made my life so easy. I used to have to do his job. And I'm looking at him like, that is exhausting, bro. You got to get buckets and guard the best player? That's crazy. Jordan Poole, his development, the guys he picked up at free agency like Otto and Belly. How about Kevon Looney? The man had a 22 rebound game. Just all around, all down the board.
All right, what a treat. We get Doris Burke to break down her thoughts on these NBA finals. Doris, we've seen 4 of these from the Warriors now. What stands out about this one?
Boy, I think the one thing we're not talking enough about is how elite they were defensively. We came into this series talking about Boston had been the best defense since January 23rd, but their switchability, their ability to take Jason Tatum out of the series, to turn Boston over with regularity. This was something else to see. 4 times in this series, they held Boston below 100 points, and not enough is being spoken of about how elite they are on the defensive end.
What about Steve Kerr, Doris, putting all the right pieces in the right places when it mattered?
Yeah, I go back to something that happened earlier in the year where for long stretches he gave Jordan Poole a very long leash so that at this point in time he would be ready to contribute, that he would challenge him defensively. And I know there have been moments where they attacked Jordan relentlessly. How about lifting Draymond Green in the fourth quarter and then Draymond responding with back-to-back Draymond Green level type games? I just feel like Steve pulled every right trigger. He's got 9 championships. This guy, we have got to start to discuss him amongst the great coaches in such a short window of time, Stan.
And I want to give you a chance to comment on this, too, about Steph Curry. I mean, he had to hear all the chatter about never having won a Finals MVP. He got that, but he did it within the framework of what they wanted to do as a team. And that's who he is, right?
I can't say enough, number one, about this guy's competitive fire. I thought he and Steve Kerr, in what was the pivotal game of the series, Game 4, set the tone early. And it was all about, we are here, we're not letting go, we're going to meet you every step of the way with force and fire. He's a seminal figure in league history. This guy changed the way teams think about defense. You can't anymore find defenders in the league who don't have length and athleticism and smarts. He changed the geography of the floor floor. Listen, there was never any question in my mind about his legacy, but hey, check the box. Finals MVP added to an already incredible resume.
All right. Thanks, Doris. Great having you on the show.